Welcome, my friends. Thanks so much for joining me today for this sinus relief massage video. Did you know that you can relieve sinus pressure just by using some simple massage techniques? It's actually pretty amazing. There are some pressure points in the face and around the jaw, around the sinuses that you can access that will help to drain the sinuses, to clear up any congestion, and help to open up those airways. So in this video, I'm going to show you some of those simple techniques that you can do to help relieve sinus pressure for yourself or for a friend. And I am so grateful today. I have my dear friend Jenna as my gracious massage model today. You can learn more about Jenna at her website, JENNA.com. There's a link at the bottom of the video here. You can also find her on Instagram and on Facebook, an amazing artist and performer and activist here in Austin, Texas. So you guys say hi to Jenna and give her a little love. Go follow her on her social media. And don't forget to subscribe to my channel, like this video, and leave your comments below. And we are going to get started with some simple sinus relief massage techniques. So you can have your partner just lying comfortably on their back, and for this I like to be sitting just so that I'm comfortable and I can focus on what I'm doing and I can easily reach. So to begin, I'm going to just start with some relaxation techniques just so that she can start to drop in and relax, and then we can move into some more of the specific sinus techniques. So just starting at the top of her shoulders, placing my hands flat, I'm just going to gently alternate back and forth with a downward pressure. I'm pressing towards her feet. This is just a great way to stretch out the tops of the shoulders as well as the sides of the neck. And if your partner is relaxing, you will be able to see that their head is just gently rolling from side to side. If they're holding tension in their neck, then their head won't move very much at all. So that's just a little indicator to you, like where your partner is. And so now I'm just pressing evenly with both hands down towards her feet. And then I'm going to scoop my hands up underneath her neck. And I'm just applying a gentle traction. So I'm slightly leaning back. I'm not really doing a lot of movement at all, but rather applying a steady traction pull along the base of the neck. So sometimes some of our sinus pressure can actually come from tension around the base of the skull. So by applying this traction along the base of the head, can actually start to open up any congested pathways. So if you think about the muscles getting tight and congested, that can also lead to congestion inside the skull. So in the nasal sinuses, in the throat, all of those related areas. So this gentle, steady traction pull just starts to open things up, as well as applying, like, it creates a wonderful stretch down the whole length of the spine. So never underestimate the power of a good traction pull. Now I'm just gliding my fingertips here to the base of her skull. I'm just going to make some gentle circles here. And you'll notice that I'm using my body weight. So I'm leaning forward and back to help me apply this pressure so I don't have to work too hard. This isn't requiring a lot of effort on my part. And I'll reverse the direction of the circles. Just again, the idea is to get some energy flowing, to open up any areas of congested or stagnant energy. Now we can begin to move to the face to target some of these specific sinus points. So I like to begin just using 2 fingers, placing my fingers along either side of the nose And just gently gliding my fingertips, kind of tracing the cheekbones all the way out to the hairline. So follow this line all the way out to the sides of the head. And I'll repeat this 3 or 4 or 5 times, depending, how much time I have and how severe is the sinus congestion. And you'll notice that Jenna's already starting to get a little pink in the cheeks, so that's a good sign that blood is circulating to the area. And anytime we can get that blood flow is what we're looking for. That's going to be carrying all the white blood cells and all of the nutrients that the body needs to heal and repair itself. So after you've just kind of warmed up around the face and the cheek here, just tracing these lines, then I'm going to come down to a more specific point right along either side of the nostrils here. So as the nostrils scoop down, you can place one finger here and you'll start to feel like a little divot or like a little notch that your finger just kind of drops right into that spot. So we're going to apply a steady, consistent pressure right into that spot for about 10 to 15 to 20 seconds. And then again, we're tracing the line outward. So you can repeat this 3 or 4 or 5 times, coming down along the sides of the nostril. So I'm not closing in, my pressure is not inward. We actually want to open up the nostrils and the airway. So my pressure is down and slightly out. And then it's a steady pressure. So again, I'm not really moving, I'm not doing a whole lot here, but just maintaining that steady pressure. And then tracing the line outward. And you'll start to notice if your partner is feeling some relief, they'll start to take some deeper breaths and the sinuses will start to clear and you'll be able to hear and see that the breath is starting to move. So it's pretty clear when the work is working. So from here, there are a couple of other sinus trigger points in the face that we can work. So as we come up along the bridge of the nose, right along the the orbit of the eye. Okay, so you can trace and feel like the bone where the eye drops into the socket. Just at the top of the bridge of the nose, again, there's another little divot, like a little notch that your finger will start to drop into. So you might have to really tune in to find it, to feel it, but you're right underneath the eyebrow, just about at the beginning of the eyebrow. Now this can be a really quite sensitive point, so you don't need to use a lot of pressure, but just target that spot and then we'll hold it for 10 to 20 seconds. And then same idea, you can gently just trace the line of the eyebrow all the way out to the hairline. And then we can come back in. So once you understand where these sinus points are, it's really just a matter of being patient and taking your time and working with your partner's body to encourage this opening and this release of pressure in the sinuses. And this is especially helpful when you're dealing with seasonal allergies or just a chronic sinus congestion. Knowing just a few little techniques to help relieve those sinuses manually is so helpful, especially if you have like a allergy attack or the sinuses suddenly become congested. So it's good to just know a few little tools and techniques that you can have in your pocket. Now from there, we can actually come just above the eyebrow. Again, still kind of working at the, right, you can almost trace like from the inner corner of the eyes up above the eyebrow there. This is another sinus relief point. So here, this isn't going to be quite as tender as under the eyebrow. So you can apply a little bit firmer pressure here, but same idea. We're just pressing straight down into that sinus point, holding for a few seconds, and then you can glide your fingertips out towards the hairline. And then you can repeat that as needed. So depending on how your person is feeling, it might take 20 minutes or 30 minutes of continuous sinus massage to experience full relief. But sometimes relief can come in just a few minutes. It doesn't always take a long time, depending on the severity of the sinus inflammation. Now, once I've hit these 3 points along the nostrils, under the eyebrow, and above the eyebrow, I would like to come in and just kind of trace the line of the sinuses with my thumbs. So starting from the center point between the eyebrows, which just generally feels amazing to be massaged right here, so you're already winning. But this also, it's encouraging the flow of circulation, encouraging the flow of blood and the lymphatic fluid, as well as the sinus fluid. So we're just encouraging that fluid to move. And then you can trace the line above the eyebrows. I feel like this is a really powerful point to help open up the sinuses. And this is with that same intention of just getting things moving, inviting that circulation so that things can start to open up and flow. And then I'll sometimes come down and trace the lines around the cheekbones again. Right? So as we open up these airways, things start to move. You can come along the temples here and make some gentle circles around the temples. This just helps to aid in a sense of relaxation. So when the whole body relaxes, it enters into a restful state where the body can naturally begin to heal itself. And that's what we really want to encourage because, of course, we can take medications, we can take our pharmaceutical prescriptions, and that will elicit a response in the body. But I prefer to give the body every opportunity to heal itself, because our body is perfectly equipped to fight off bacteria, to ward off infection, and to protect itself in the case of an intruder or a virus or a bacteria. So the body is pretty amazing and capable of healing itself. And so our job is really to just create as much opportunity as possible for the body to do that. So now I'm coming in and just doing a little bit of work around the jawline, which again, tension in the jaw can create tension throughout the skull. And so if the jaw is tight, then the top of the mouth becomes tight, and that is directly linked with the internal sinuses. So the more of that tension we can let go of, the more energy is going to be able to flow, the more blood and lymphatic fluid is going to be able to flow and circulate. So as you are doing this sinus relief work, be sure that you're targeting other areas that can be tight as well. And then I'll show you one final technique, which is not specifically on the face, but can be really great for breaking up congestion. And that is to work across the top of the chest and into the lungs. So I will make a gentle, light fist, not a firm fist, a soft fist. Then you can do some gentle tapotement or tapping across the chest. This is great for breaking up any phlegm or mucus that is congested in the lungs or in the chest. So as you do this gentle tapping, this helps to just break it up, it kind of shake it up and relieve some of that tension and congestion that can get built up. So again, you can do this for as long or as short as feels needed, and this is another great technique that you can do on yourself. So I love all of this sinus and congestion work you can do on yourself. Of course, it's great to have someone else massage you and have someone else do the work for you, but if you don't have someone available or you need attention now, you can do that for yourself. And after you've done that tapping, you can just smooth it out with a flat palm. And I like to finish with another little traction pull for your partner. It should feel quite different. You know, even though your technique is the same, it's going to feel like you're doing the same thing over. Now that we have done some of this work to relax the jaw, to relax the base of the skull, to relax through the sinuses and the chest, this traction pull could feel completely different to your partner. So it's always good to revisit these techniques. And just breathe slow and steady with your partner. And if you have a few extra minutes of time, you might finish with a little bit of a scalp massage or maybe relaxing massage around the jawline again. You can put any finishing touches on your massage that you'd like, just to help your partner feel relaxed and complete in this session. And a final note, another great tool that I love to use to help open up the sinuses and relieve chronic congestion is to reach for my essential oils. You guys know I'm a big fan of using essential oils for all of my healthcare needs, and opening up sinuses is one powerful way you can use peppermint, eucalyptus, lemon, rosemary oil. There are so many wonderful essential oils that you can use that will help to clear those airways. So if you need more information on what essential oils can help relieve your sinuses, leave a comment below. I'll get back to you with some great suggestions. Thank you so much for watching and following along with us today. Thanks for subscribing and becoming a part of our community. I look forward to seeing you again. Until then, have a wonderful day and breathe well. Namaste.